welcome back to videos. Hold on. Alright. And in this video, I'm going to describe and explain and review the brand new movie that everyone is talking about, I'm sure, Venom. So, basically what happens in this movie is, at the very beginning, a spaceship crashes to Earth and lands in Malaysia. There are 4 astronauts on board. 3 are dead, 1 is alive, and they were carrying these strange, almost liquid-like living organisms back to Earth. Well, and one of the organisms is missing when authorities and everyone goes to recover the crash. So, yeah. But apparently one of the organisms was hiding away in a person and is now on the move somewhere else in the world. So the other 3 organisms are taken back to the US, and they are just being worked on by a scientific research center called the Life Foundation, run by a man known as Drake, and now not the rapper Drake. So meanwhile, then there's a reporter known as Eddie Brock, him and his girlfriend Wei Ying, who is a lawyer, his girlfriend. So, and she's working on cases about how the Life Foundation is using living victims to test these organisms on, and that people are dying. So Eddie tries to go and question Drake and the whole foundation about it, and he's immediately turned down, Eddie, and taken out, and he loses his job, and because he was using his girlfriend's papers as evidence, his girlfriend also loses her job, and they break up. So then 6 months passed, and the Life Foundation has started to find people and creatures that are able to survive fusion with these organisms, which they call symbiotes. Symbiotes, something like that. And so now Drake says, okay, we've figured it out, let's try and use it on human test subjects. And the elite scientist begins to just say, no, we really should not do it. And they take a guy, and he fuses with the organism, and he immediately dies. So then Drake does not even care and just says, bring out the next person. So yeah, and while everyone else is just in shock and is really nervous. So then it goes to Eddie, who is just pretty much down on his luck. He has no job, drinking like crazy, and he lives in a horrible apartment in San Francisco. So yeah, and he only has really one friend named Maria. She's a homeless person who just helps him get through life. And yeah, so then one of the scientists that's working at the Life Foundation, she tells Eddie, she contacts him and says, you were right about Drake, you hit the nail on the head, you really need to go to the Life Foundation with me and just get the evidence and bring out to the world that Drake is killing people with these experiments. So Eddie and the scientist named Dora, they go to the Life Foundation, and Eddie just begins to record as much as he can find about the whole thing. And he gets to one cell where he finds someone in there, and it turns out that person is the homeless person that he befriended, Maria, and that she has this organism within her, and he tries to break her out of her cell, and the organism ends up killing her, and it attaches itself to Eddie. And Eddie just runs away because now the alarms are on, and he is able to escape and get back to his apartment in San Francisco, where he just begins to feel weird, he's super hungry, and he feels tired. So then he goes over to his girlfriend, who now has a new boyfriend who is a doctor, and he just tries to show her the evidence that he was right, and just hoping to make things better again. And all of a sudden, and Eddie just begins to act crazy because of this thing that's inside of him. He faints, he eats, he's acting like a complete animal. So then he faints, and they take him to the hospital, where they scan his brain using an MRI, and I guess white noise or whatever you describe that's caused by the MRI. It just pretty much makes Eddie cringe in pain, because apparently, like white noise like that and fire, they just are not good for the creature and Eddie while it's inside of him. So then Eddie's just sent home with some medication to hopefully make it better. And then Eddie, he just begins to hear voices, and apparently that is the creature that's talking to him. So then the Life Foundation, they figure out that it was the scientist that let Eddie in and has stolen the organism, and immediately kills the person that let him in. So, and then he sends out security guards to try and get Eddie and the creature back. So the security guards, they raid Eddie's apartment, and then a fight ensues between Eddie, the creature, versus the security guards, and Eddie and this creature combined, they just completely annihilate them. They're able to escape down into a back alley. Eddie gets on his motorcycle and rides off, and a cool chase scene with the creature and Eddie just avoiding every single thing that is thrown at them. And then they jump into the water, and they swim off, and then they just take a break where the creature, he introduces himself to Eddie as Venom, and he basically says that now they are together, that Eddie is the perfect match for them to coincide, because anyone else, the Venom or any other creature like him, would have killed the host. So then Venom just says his goal is to try and kill everybody on Earth, or just him and his species. Their goal is to kill everyone on Earth, and that if Eddie behaves himself, then maybe he'll live. So anyway, so then Eddie and Venom, they try to go over to where Eddie used to work as a reporter, to hand in the evidence that he still has on his phone about what the Life Foundation is doing. So then they just go up into the high rise. They drop off his phone at his old boss's desk, and and Venom tells Eddie to jump down, because Venom will be able to catch Eddie, and Eddie just decides to go take the elevator, and the line that Venom says to Eddie is it was really funny. So then the SWAT team meets Eddie and Venom downstairs in the lobby, and then Venom just overtakes Eddie's body, and they just destroy the SWAT team. And all the while, at the end of it, Eddie's girlfriend walks in and sees Venom, and she insists that both Eddie and Venom go to the hospital and just check, just to make sure that they're alright, because Eddie's scans, they just didn't come out that good. So both of them go to the hospital, and Venom just starts talking to Eddie, just like, he says, "Oh, is that your girlfriend?" and just all types of funny dialogue. So they get to the hospital, and it turns out that Venom's being in Eddie's body is actually damaging his organs, and Venom assures Eddie that he... Okay guys, I'm sorry about that. Wait. Alright guys, what I'm saying. I'm sorry about that random cut. My camera died. So, back to what I was saying. So, Venom and Eddie, they're in the hospital getting checked out. And everyone's telling Eddie he should get rid of this thing. So, Eddie's ex-girlfriend fires the MRI, and the white noise, it's so powerful that it actually separates Eddie from Venom, and leaving Venom as just a big pile of goo, even though, or just back to how he looked before him and Eddie became one. So then Eddie leaves the hospital, gets captured by the guys from the Life Foundation, and is taken over there to be questioned. So then at the Life Foundation, a little girl comes walking in, and she and Drake goes over to ask, like, why are you here? But because it turns out that little girl is being possessed by the symbiote that escaped the spaceship crash, and it's just been trying to get back to the other ones. So it possesses Drake, and now that specific symbiote named Riot and Drake, they are working together, just like how Venom and Eddie are working together. So then Eddie is taken to Life Foundation and is questioned by both Drake and Riot, and finds out that they are as one. And he's just like, uh-oh, we got a problem. So then the security guards at Life, they take Eddie into the woods outside of Life to try and shoot him. But then Venom and Eddie's ex-girlfriend, as one, defeat the security guards, and through a kiss, Venom is transferred back to Eddie. So then Eddie and Venom together, they decide to work together to stop Riot and Drake, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to launch a rocket ship back to Venom's home planet to bring all the symbiotes down to Earth, to try to basically make a brand new human species between a fused species of symbiote and human. So then Venom reveals to Eddie that he wanted to try and destroy the Earth, but because he liked living on Earth, he decides to spare the Earth and just to try and save the Earth, because on his planet, Venom is a loser just like Eddie. So, yeah. So then they go and fight Drake and Riot, and it is such a cool battle. Like, even though Venom and Eddie combined is severely weaker than Riot and Drake, they still are able to put up a good fight. They end up fighting right on the launch pad of the rocket ship, and inside Life Foundation, Eddie's girlfriend, she causes white noise from, I don't know how, from the control area of the rocket, and that is able to severely weaken both people. So then Riot and Drake, they jump into the rocket ship, and the rocket ship launches, and then Venom and Eddie, they attach themselves to the rocket, and they basically cut the rocket down all the way to the gas tanks, and the rocket and all that causes the ship to explode, killing Riot and Drake, and what it looks like, killing Venom as well. So then a little bit of time passes. Eddie and his girlfriend are talking about the loss of Venom, but it turns out that Venom survived. So then Eddie and Venom, they decide just to try to coexist within each other. And basically Eddie just tells Venom that he can't just go around trying to kill people, and that he can only do that if people deserve it, like if they're bad. So then they stop a robbery at a convenience store, and yeah, it's just really funny. And yeah, that ends the movie of Venom. All in all, really good movie, and also the ending credits scene, the music for the credits, it's top notch, amazing. Whoever did it, I didn't look at it, but need to look it up. But well, anyway, so all in all, the Venom movie was really good. It was action packed, had great fighters, great actors, and great music and end credits, and as well, and at some points it was pretty funny. Just the dialogue between the characters, it was pretty funny at some points. So, all in all, 10 out of 10. I have no idea why, like, the big reviewers, like Rotten Tomatoes, they left a 28% on this movie. 28%. I don't get it. I really enjoyed this movie. It was great. Everyone that I know that has seen it also said it was really good. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, if you enjoy this video, give this a like, and consider subscribing and share this video. And I'll see you guys next time. And watch this movie. You really should. So goodbye.